Nigeria's inflation rate reached its highest level in 11 months, rising to 17.71% in May, up from 16.82% in April. Those are the figures right there. Food inflation, 19.5%. Core, 14.9% year-on-year. Urban inflation, 18.24%. Rural, 17.21%. Let's take a look at the month-on-month figures. Headline there, 1.78%. Food inflation also climbing, 2.01%. Core inflation, 1.87%. And on, rising in every single category. Joining us to discuss further, Oluwatomi Mayowa, who's an analyst with Financial Derivatives Company Limited. You're very welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Fantastic. Great to have you. So, yeah, what do you make of these inflation figures?
Yeah, this is largely expected. And the fact that commodity prices are actually rising at a faster pace, for food items than for non-food baskets. And this is largely driven by seasonalities. And by seasonalities, I mean that, the agricultural, the planting season is extending into the second quarter of the year. And so we are having high logistic costs, playing into this. Diesel price have risen, by over 200%. And, we have, this is really affecting, farmers, production having been transported from rural areas to urban, those vehicles, use diesel. And this is actually playing into, food inflation. But for core inflation, we are seeing that, it's actually driven by high, energy costs, high energy prices, and also exchange rate pass-through effect. Having to consider the fact that Naira depreciated to as low as 610 Naira in May, 610 Naira per dollar in May. So I believe these are the factors driving it.
Yeah. It looks, it's quite high. Let's talk about cocoa. I think we've got some Greek exports. If we can put that up on our screen here. As far as the issues that are impacting cocoa outputs, I think cocoa made up, 36% or so of Greek exports in the first quarter of 2021. What, insecurity, poor processing facilities, what other factors do you think are hobbling production in the cocoa, as far as cocoa sector is concerned?
Talking about insecurity, it's really alarming. And, recently, a farmer was interviewed, and he was able to talk about how, these herdsmen, come into their farmland to, destroy their farm product. And so the recent Owo killing in Ondo State, Ondo is actually the largest cocoa producing state in Nigeria. So seeing this killings it will actually scare many farmers from, going to their farmland. They are no longer secure. They have to think twice before they go to their farmland. And so, aside these factors, however, considering the fact that Naira has depreciated, to about 605 Naira as of yesterday, from about 560 Naira per dollar at the beginning of the year. This is pushing up the cost of agricultural inputs, and that is the cost of fertilizers, the cost of chemicals. And this is discouraging farmers from continuing their farming business. Most of them have to just step aside, and because they cannot afford the cost of this agricultural inputs. And also we are having farmers are unable to access, mechanized tools, for farming. And, this definitely would lower production in the agricultural sector.
So based on that, do you think the 500,000 ton target by 2024, is that achievable?
It is achievable if the government can ensure that the small-scale farmers are actually able to benefit from the policy initiatives that are coming into play in the agricultural sector. For example, Nigeria recently joined the low-income differential system that was established by that's Ghana and Ivory Coast. So, and the aim of this initiative was just to boost the income of poor cocoa growers, and it has to just boost them. And so this is helping. So, but because cocoa farming is not regulated. Cocoa industry is not regulated in Nigeria. Small-scale farmers are not able to benefit from this initiative, and so the federal government is ensuring that a framework is designed for the regulation of the cocoa industry and ensuring that activities are well monitored in that cocoa industry. So if these things are coming into play to make sure that production, is pushed up, so this would definitely see that coming.
Considering we've already gone through the inflation figures already, there's global inflationary pressures. What do you make of the outlook, I guess, demand outlook for cocoa and its derivatives going forward?
I would say that the recent ease of COVID restrictions, and people are having to come back to work. Working from home, has reduced. They have to just come back on site, and so this would actually fuel demand for cocoa derivatives, because you tend to consume more of beverages when you are working, when you are having to put in more energy into what you're doing, and so this will definitely fuel demand for cocoa derivatives, and this will have more impact for demand than inflation.
Cool, great stuff. Let's talk about WhatsApp and how it's helped businesses. About an hour ago, someone called me and said I should order them a pizza. So I did it on WhatsApp. I didn't even talk. I just sent a message to the pizza company. I was like, deliver this pizza to somebody. How do you think WhatsApp has helped promote businesses in Africa?
So one major thing that has happened in how the WhatsApp has promoted business in Africa is that it has reduced it has eliminated having to open shops before you can carry out your business. I mean, somebody can just wake up tomorrow morning and decide to start a business. Why? Because you can just post your business. As far as you have your money, you have the capital, you can just start the business. You don't have to start thinking of how to incur cost in ensuring that you set up a shop for you to advertise your business. So it has helped to also increase customer base. You are able to reach out to customers in different parts of the country, and also outside the country or outside Africa. So this definitely has actually helped businesses to grow in Africa.
So that's Africa. Same story for Nigeria?
Yes, in Nigeria too, the fact that having to set up a shop in Nigeria, we know how much it costs, and putting that into the cost of your product, it might not be so good, and so most businesses have leveraged on this benefits from this platform, and so they are doing this to increase their sales.
Oluwatomi Mayowa, Analyst at Financial Derivatives Company Limited. Thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate your time.